So behind me right here is what's left of the Qasmiyeh bridge. It was hit by an Israeli airstrike just hours before this temporary ceasefire was announced. This was the last main crossing for civilians and aid to get to southern Lebanon.
The Israeli military struck every major bridge crossing the Litani River into southern Lebanon during its most recent war against Hezbollah. It's also now still occupying a large swath of land in Lebanon's south for what it says is protection against further Hezbollah attacks on Israeli soil. The bridges are crossings for civilians between the north and south, and also for aid to get into the areas most affected by the conflict. They're also crucial should people need to evacuate again if the ceasefire ends. Israel says these bridges were used by Hezbollah for military movement and weapons transfers, and that's why they were struck. Human Rights Watch issued a statement after this bridge was hit, saying it was a, quote, disproportionate attack on civilians and should be investigated as a war crime. Lebanese civil defense has quickly temporarily repaired several of the crossings so that there can still be movement.
So you can see that they've filled in where the strike hit just enough so that cars can now still pass over the river. But you can see it's just this single file line of cars and it's slow moving. A lot of these people who are driving by are heading back south now that the ceasefire is in effect.
Israel had issued a warning against crossing this bridge about 3 weeks before it was struck, but it was the only still intact crossing to get north. A car with 2 civilians and a pet dog and cat was crossing the bridge at the time of the strike. All were killed. When NPR visited, a search and recovery crew was combing through the river and the wreckage, hoping to uncover the car and the bodies as family members looked on.